Hi, I'm David from Sprout Home, and I'm just going to show you some neat tools that can make it a lot easier when you're making a little terrarium. With a terrarium like this, you can see it's sort of like a ship in a bottle, because it's really a little bit difficult to get some of these plants in here and arrange them in a way that's pleasing to the eye without hurting them or without making a huge mess. So one thing that's really neat is this little miniature spade. It's great if you're trying to get in there and dig just a really small hole. If you don't have a special little spade, you can always just use a household spoon. Right now the soil is very loose, it's very stirred up. We have this nice little rake, which is very good for getting into this small space and helping to tamp down the soil so that it's nice and firm. But if you don't have that, another neat thing that I came up with myself is this little pen with a quarter or another coin on the end. You can make this just by putting some tape and taping the quarter to the end of a stick, chopstick, pen, etc. So now I've potted up all the plants, but they're extremely dirty. Well, one way to clean them off is to use a little brush, like this cheap, normal paintbrush. Another way to clean off the plants when the brush isn't enough is to use one of these spray duster things. You can get it at an office store. It's for cleaning keyboards and things like that. If I want to clean into these little crevices in this Haworthia, I just do a nice little focused blast of air. The important thing when using this is not to go too crazy, because it can give you a huge blast of air, and if it rustles up all the dirt in your terrarium, it's going to make things worse instead of better. This is a normal pair of tweezers, but it's really useful if you're trying to get in there to grab some small object that's fallen down into your terrarium. So right here, this leaf has fallen off of our little mini jade, and it would be very difficult for me to grab this with my hand. But with the tweezers, you can grab it pretty easily and pull it out. It's really nice when you have a terrarium to have nice clean glass, but the glass often gets really dirty while you're potting it up. So one of these cheapo paintbrushes is really useful. It has the sponge tip, and you can use it to just go around the edge of the inside. Another good thing to have is just a little Q-tip. You don't really need it, but they always come in handy in weird ways, especially when you're trying to clean up in small spots. So for this terrarium, because it's kind of a cactus succulent terrarium, I want to do a desert look. So I'm going to use some sand. But it's very hard to spread out the sand in such a small space. So one thing that works really well is a little funnel. So I'm going to pour it into this, and I have my finger over the tip so it doesn't all come out all at once. And then when I'm ready, I'm going to take my finger away, and this allows me to spread the sand evenly over the whole surface. Now the sand is looking pretty good, but I don't have it going up to the edge of the bowl because it's really hard to get it to the edge. So what I'm going to do is take a little plastic spoon like this, or a spade, and I'm going to use it to get it right up to the edge. So I have a nice clean line where the sand meets the glass. So just to review some of the tools that we've used today, you can get a duster in the office for cleaning off plants. You can also clean plants using a small paintbrush. You can get a miniature spade or a little spoon for digging holes, moving small amounts of sand or rocks. You can use a tweezer to grab small objects and move them around. You can use a funnel to pour sand into a particular narrow spot. And you can use a plunger like this, made out of a coin and pen, to tamp down soil firmly so the plant will feel right at home. And that's it.